Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of Talk Blurty to Me. Before we get started, I just have to shout out there's a new podcast I've been listening to that is an all-black D&D campaign that they kind of record while they're doing the podcast, which is kind of cool because as Lana and everyone who listens to this podcast knows, I love D&D and I've been trying to find a black D&D community and I can't find it. So I am so happy that they actually found a group of black people who want to play D&D and are like actually making this happen and doing a podcast over it. So it's called Everrealm Adventures. It's a homebrew campaign, so you don't have to worry about ever having heard the campaign before because they are building it from scratch. All of the characters are super dope right now. I think my favorites are Myth and Nimbus, but honestly, I like all of them. They all have very unique and quirky personalities. So if you've ever been interested in D&D or you just want to get an idea of what D&D is like, I definitely suggest you tune in. Plus, they give you a free recipe for a drink, which I think Myth actually comes up with the drink ideas at the end of every episode. So if you also are a fan of drinks or want to make a version of that drink, definitely tune in. We're going to talk about Arceus today. I'm sure there are a gazillion people out here. I actually meant to Google how well Arceus has sold this first week because if everywhere I've been anywhere on all of my like video game and even anime platforms, everyone is talking about Arceus. So I feel like they probably killed it with the sales, but it's been one of the best Pokemon games I played in a long time. Like, I'm a diehard Pokemon game fan. I have not missed a single entry in the Pokemon series, even all the Pokemon Snaps, Let's Go Eevee, all of those. Like, I love Pokemon. So it is saying a lot when I say that it is one of the best Pokemon games I have ever played.
Yeah, I can agree. Don't you mean Great Sinnoh? What these people
Yes,
call it in the game.
all praise Great Sinnoh.
I had a good feeling. I told you I had a good feeling about this. That's why I was like, no, Diamond and Pearl, not gonna play it. I'm waiting for Arceus. I think it's been. I know you're definitely a lot farther than me. I've been kind of slow with my playing, but I will say this has been one of the greatest Pokemon games I've ever played. I mean,
Yeah.
hands down. I'm not even like I know I'm a Pokemon stan, but I think that this is definitely one of the greatest Pokemon games I've played. From the environment to the graphics to the character, even though the character's face, I don't know about your character. I'm sure it's all the same because they all have the same face. They're just different skin colors.
Yeah.
But
I was like, and I'm sure
when
we probably chose the same skin color, so we got the same face.
smiling serious face every time they look shocked in every scene it looks the same, but every
Yeah.
scene they're shocked, they're like their mouth is open,
And it was like, oh, they
but
look like the Pikachu shock
yeah,
face. Oh.
I know it's always that phase, but I've loved this game all around, like from
Yes.
the soundtrack to
The soundtrack is great.
right, and I feel like I'm getting to know I guess I'm getting to know Pokemon's real personalities in this game because they never had personalities really before unless they were like somebody's Pokemon. But all the Pokemon, whether they're your Pokemon or not in the wild, they got
They have
personalities.
personality. Right.
Hmm.
Yeah. It's like usually the only time you saw Pokemon personalities were like after you caught them. And like in Pokemon Sword and Shield, they did a great
Hmm.
job of like you take them to the
Hmm.
camp, you get to see them playing together, and it was super cute.
Yeah.
But this whole like I wasn't like some of the Pokemon that run up on you, I'm like, I thought you were chill. Like,
Hmm.
why? Why are you like this?
Yeah, I can tell you one of my favorite Pokemon that ran up on me that actually was chill, that I liked. I didn't think so. Was Magikarp. I don't know why I
I still
loved.
have not run into a Magikarp. I've run into
They're
like 9,000 Gyarados, but no Magikarp.
um they're definitely in the water in the first region. If you ride that
Okay.
fish all the way back, there's some
Yeah.
randomly Magikarp in the water, and they're so cute. Like they're literally like the
Just
cutest things I've
flooping in the
seen.
water.
They come up to you because some Pokemon don't run away, so they'll
Yeah.
just come up to you. But also they're kind of dumb. So like I remember I
That's what I
threw
was gonna
a
say. I was like, this feels like Magikarp is stupid, so he just walks up to you like, oh,
he
hi,
comes up to
human.
you, and then I threw a ball at like one, and he got out and he swam away, but then he swam back and just like came and looked at me. And I was
Oh,
like,
Magikarp,
"Oh,
you're so stupid.
so cute." Them and
Uh,
the little monkey one is cute.
oh,
Apom.
Apom, yeah.
Yeah,
I
he
don't know.
comes up
Apom
and
gets on my nerves, but that's
he
okay.
kicks his feet, but he at least he's not aggressive, so he's pretty
He's
good. He just
not.
comes up and kicks his feet and says,
Yeah,
"What's up?"
that's fair. I think because I've always hated like monkeys across the board. Actually, I just don't like monkeys, y'all. Even in real life, like I don't like monkeys. So
Mm,
Apon for me was like just a
yeah.
Pokeball. Like I caught him to complete my Pokédex, and I was like, and never speak to me again.
I feel the same way about whales. So,
Whales are cool.
are they?
Yeah, I mean, some of them are a little
When?
deadly, but I mean, look at their designs. Like, you can't sit there and look at a whale and be like, "Oh, that's not
Okay.
dope design." The universe spent a little more time on you, Mister Whale.
I'm gonna go ahead and just go on a small 3 to 5 second, 30-second rant for the
About
Talk Blurdy
whales?
fans about whales. I'm fearful of whales. Killer whales. I don't want nothing that's that big and smart. Killer whales are extremely smart, and they're too giant to be that smart. If you're that giant, you should be dumb. You should not be that smart.
You should be
Killer
dumb.
whales know all kind of tricks about doing stuff to people, and at least once a year I have a dream that I'm being attacked by a killer whale. True story. I really have dreams like that, and it's because something terrible happened to me at SeaWorld. So when I was little. So I don't like whales. So never show me a whale, take me to a whale, or have anything do that. But specifically killer whales. Like I think I would probably be scared if I saw a blue whale. So yeah, I don't like whale. I don't know if that applies to Pokemon. I haven't seen a Whalmer or a Whale Lord in this game.
To compare. I mean,
Or-
but killer whales are like the chillest of the whales too. Like of all the whales to choose, because they're the ones that like they don't
No.
really attack humans unless, well, not the ones that are in captivity because they're in captivity and they hate you. But
Yeah.
like killer whales in the wild don't really attack humans unless they mistake you for food, which
Hmm.
part of the
But
game. Sorry, you might be food, or if they feel threatened, like most animals. So like they're relatively chill if they
they're
don't see you as a
apex
threat.
predators. They're apex predators. So that means
Sure,
they're at
but
the top of the food chain. On top of
yeah,
that,
but they're
most
like the
whales
chill
don't.
top.
But on top of that, they're not the chillest whales. A blue whale is like the chillest. No whale attacks humans ever, probably except for a killer whale that accidentally mistakes you for a seal. But
Yeah, but it
no
accident.
whale
Yeah,
attacks humans. So you've never
that
seen
is
a
true.
blue
I
whale
guess
like
you're right.
attack humans on
Blue whales,
purpose.
I think, aren't like predatory, so that is true. Blue whales, I think, mostly wait for food to come to them or attack
Yeah,
small
they
things. So you're
probably
right.
would
Blue whales
swallow
are
up
the
a
nicer
human by
whales.
accident.
You just get stuck in their path.
I mean, Jonah or a fish, we don't know yet, but that's my rant about whales, and I don't like them. So,
Well, I hate monkeys because they're stupid looking. That's the beginning and end of my rant.
what? At least mine is a legitimate.
You did have a legit reason. I don't. I just don't like the
Also,
look of monkeys. I don't like I've had to see them so many times in my life at zoos whenever I like go to different places and like I
what?
just don't like monkeys. Don't know what it
I
is.
mean,
Hate them.
also, I will say the other reason killer whales creep me out so much is that you can't see their eyeballs because of them white patches. And when you do, my theory is they're gonna kill you if you see their eyeballs.
If you could
Like they
see their
just and
eyeballs,
look
you're
at
gonna
those
die.
tiny sharp teeth they have. So no, and you know that Pokemon that's like based off of Killer Whale, the one from Ruby and Sapphire from Sapphire was it
Oh yeah,
Kyogre?
Kyogre. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I always got Ruby. I don't want nothing to do with
Oh
him.
my god, I always got Sapphire. I was like, yes, give me giant killer whale dude, not stupid. What does that do? A dinosaur? What is that? Like, I don't
I
want that.
don't care. I'm gonna tell you how much I don't like whales and I want to avoid Kyogre is that I literally get Ruby and I always pick, even though I have a fire type Pokemon. like, like even
You
though
just
my
picked
starter
Ruby
is
anyway.
fire, like I start off with a fire starter, and then I know I'm gonna get, what's his name? Now you called him stupid dinosaur, and now I'm like, what's his name?
That's his name
Um,
now, Stupid Dinosaur.
no, Groudon,
Yeah,
Groudon.
Groudon. Yeah.
Yeah, Groudon. Even though I know I'm gonna get him, and I'm gonna have two fire Pokemon, I'm
I
like,
think he's
nope.
like a ground type
Mhm.
technically, so technically you're good.
He's ground fire.
I thought he was just ground, but I don't know. He might be ground fire.
No, he's definitely fire because he has
I
fire
thought he
moves
was because
like
his name is like ground. I think he can use fire, and he's like found in a lava pit. But I think he's technically a ground type.
really.
I'm gonna Google
He's
it.
found in a volcano
Yeah, he's
and
like found in a volcano pit. I know he's always found around
yeah,
lava.
he's
Yeah, he's a
ground
ground type.
fire
I just
when
see
he's
ground, but
primal.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
when
and
he's
his like
primal.
primal thing. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, he does use a lot of fire type moves because
Yeah,
he definitely had overheat or in sunny day or he makes sunny
yeah,
day when he appears, and then he
yeah.
also has some other fire moves. I definitely know he has fire moves for sure. So I always end up with him despite like knowing
Always
that
having a
I
fire
don't
type.
need that type of Pokemon.
I guess I'm always the same way though, because I always choose water. I think I've only chosen a fire type instead of water like once in my entire Pokemon existence.
Was it
But I
Sword and
still
Shield?
always go for it was Sword and Shield. That
Hmm,
was the first time. I was
I
like,
thought
well,
so.
this fire type is just like sometimes when I do my second playthrough, like I started with Totodile, and then my second playthrough I chose Typhlosion and stuff like that. But whenever I play for the first time, I always choose a water type, except for Sword and Shield.
Hmm.
So,
Just like you did in this one.
yep, chose my
I
good old,
was
not Samurott,
Oshawott.
Ocelot. Yeah,
I was gonna choose him, but I definitely remember in Black and White, I chose him, and then I was like, I wanted to choose something else towards the end. Also, I love Oshawott. I think he's cute, but like his last evolution
Samurott is
doesn't
a
make sense. I mean,
why
he's great,
not?
but like
Wait,
he
why
goes
did
from bear to octopus bear. What is
I don't
he?
think he's
Octopus
supposed to be a bear. What is
horn
he supposed to be based
otter?
on? Yeah, I think he's
Octopus
supposed to be an
otter?
otter.
Otter
He's
bear?
start
But what is
yeah,
that? That's nothing to do with an otter.
he's an
Is it?
otter and a samurai, and then the last one is now I want to know what in the world a samurai's supposed to be. Samurai's just cool, okay? No one
He
cares.
is. He's cool looking. But yeah,
He
it's
just
like if you showed me that and you were like, okay, so what's his original form?
oh, he's a sea lion. He's supposed
I
to be a
would
sea lion.
literally be like, I don't know where he came from.
Okay, well, Samurai is supposed to be a sea lion, which is the dopest sea lion I've ever seen because most of them look derpy, but that's okay. But okay, now I can see the otter to sea lion move. That makes sense to me.
Yeah, so
I mean, what is
that is
Cyndaquil supposed to be?
I don't
Yeah,
animal
okay.
with fire on its back, but at least that
Yeah,
makes it he
fire
looks the
dude. Does
same
it?
as he progresses. He doesn't go from little like animal with a different face all of a sudden
With a
to
different face. I
like
feel
now
like
he's little. He looks the same the more he
it's like he
progresses,
had
just
a
bigger and
glow
bigger.
up. Let the dude have a glow up.
Look,
That's all that
I
happened.
understand that you feel precious to him because he's your baby, but it
I
doesn't
do.
make
Don't
sense,
talk
Mari. It's a
about my baby
bias.
that way. It's not a bias. You're just wrong, and that's okay.
It's okay, Mari. I love him too, but he doesn't make sense. Like
Whatever.
Froakie
Cyndaquil isn't
goes
even a
from
real animal.
Froakie to he, so he still makes sense. He grows. He looks the same. They look like their family. Samurai does not look like he's the father of Ashua. I'm like, they cheated on you.
No, I would
That's
believe it.
not
I
your
thought, look
baby.
at your cute little baby. He's gonna grow up and be so fine.
I'll
Like
be like,
that's
that's
like
gonna
it.
grow up and be an otter.
Or not whatever that is.
He's gonna grow up and be. Did you sleep with an octillery? Like what happened here?
Ooh, not an octillery. No, it would not look that adorable if
Look
it
at
was an
his
octillery.
feet. Look at his
He
feet.
has little toes. What do you mean?
Samurai's feet
Yeah,
almost
he
look,
has toes.
but they're out
Because he is a
oddly.
sea lion. He got long feet.
Okay.
Whatever. We'll agree to disagree on this. Back to Arceus.
So Mari chose Samurai and I chose Cyndaquil.
Yes. And
She chose
Lana chose
Ashua.
incorrectly.
No, I chose greatly. Cyndaquil, I'm just because we had that disagreement about Samurai does not discount
It's
that
true. I
Cyndaquil
actually
turned out
adore
pretty great.
Cyndaquil. I love Typhlosion. He's one of my
He's
favorites. I'm sorry,
he's
Typhlosion. I was feeling away.
he's great and his personality is really cute when he gets bigger too. So he looks like a very chill person. Like you know how you like you were talking about chillness with the whales. No.
Yeah.
But Typhlosion
No.
definitely looks like a chill dude who you could just go talk to and he's like, "Hey."
Well, it's funny too because like the Hisu and Typhlosion looks so mellow,
Hmm.
and regular
Yeah, he
Typhlosion
looks
looks like he's ready to
yeah
turn
to
up
kill
all the
you,
time.
and
Yeah.
yeah, he looks super. Even when they're like, do the fierce. Your Pokemon's being fierce. He's like laughing. I'm like, what? This dude is so chill.
And he's just like, okay, I'm fierce. And his eyes are glazed up. I don't know.
Yeah,
He looks like he maybe hit a blunt, but he looks
it's.
chill.
I was thinking that, but he definitely. I mean, maybe because he's ghost type, he's like, I'm already half dead.
Yeah, he's like, I'm basically dead anyway. Who cares?
So I chose him because I was like, okay, I think I'm gonna choose. And I thought you might choose Oshawott, so I wanted to choose different so that we could have different playing experiences too.
Yeah.
So it worked out. But yeah, I think we both also have very different squads. Because my squad, okay, I'm gonna start off by saying Legends of Arceus is great. But it
Yes.
does force you to catch Pokemon you probably would never have on your team.
See, I always catch. This is true to use Pokemon. Yeah, I always catch
Yeah,
every
to
Pokemon because I
use
like completing my Pokédex. But yes, there have been
on
some
your
Pokemon
team.
where I'm like, I have never used this one before. Yeah.
But you like have to do it. So
Right.
I guess we should kind of talk about likes, graphics, likes.
Yes.
I love the open worldness. It feels like Pokemon. I look, don't judge me. I've not played Breath of the Wild. I've watched people play Breath of the Wild. Pokemon meets
Judge her harshly.
like this is the whole reason I don't want to go into it. But Pokemon meets Breath of the Wild. That's kind of what it feels like.
Hmm.
Slash um not really Final Fantasy, but it's like I'm thinking of the aspect of the battling, if that makes sense. Because you're not
Okay.
stationary. That you
Yeah,
can
like you can
actually
kind of move. Yeah,
move.
like kind of like Final Fantasy X, where you can kind of like move around a little
Hmm.
bit. Yeah, I think
That's
that's
what
the
I'm
yeah.
thinking of, but not like Final Fantasy. It has nothing to do with Final Fantasy, but the battling is quite different. I do like the new battling. I
Yeah,
do,
me too.
even though I hate this while I'm playing, but as a person that plays the game and creatively thinking, I love the idea that Pokemon can attack you because that makes perfect sense. Um,
Yeah, I agree. Like, I feel like it never really made sense that your Pokemon only
mm,
attacked your other
other
Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Like, it feels like if it's a wild animal Pokemon, you would imagine
Hmm.
it just attacks whatever it thinks is going to
Yeah,
attack
you
it. So
encountered
it
a
made
wild
sense.
Pokemon and it
Yeah, it
attacked you.
feels like it's gonna swing on me. I also do like it's like a little, just like not because I don't think it actually hurts you while you're in battle. But I love that if you stand kind of like either too close to your Pokemon or kind of like in the way, you'll get hit by the attacks that your Pokemon are doing.
I haven't experienced that, but I figured that
Oh
happened
yes,
because I
yeah.
don't stand. I'm
I
like, I already,
be standing out in the way.
yeah. I'm
See,
like,
I be running around hyping my Pokemon up, so sometimes I like run in a circle and get hit by the other Pokemon's hyper beam. I'm like, okay, cool.
no,
My
yeah,
bad.
I definitely stand off to the side. I'm like, do it, attack them,
Yeah,
murder them,
kill
do it
them
for
while I
me.
stand over here. Yeah.
While I stand up, I definitely have had some close calls where the Pokemon is getting ready to throw a move at me, and I immediately throw out any Pokemon. I don't even have time to hit the R button to cycle through. I'm like, just get out there,
Oh,
one of
same.
you.
I'm just like, whoever you are,
Get out there now. He's about to attack me. An alpha. Do
please
something about
help.
this.
I like panic press buttons way too often in that game where all
Yeah, I actually
like a
throw
monster
balls and
pops up.
everything.
Yeah, like actually throw a ball or I'll actually like jump on one of the animals, like I jump
Yeah.
on Wide Ear and I'm like, this isn't what I meant to do. I wanted to throw a Pokeball. Why am I like
Some
this? Yeah.
yeah, sometimes when I'm hiding, I accidentally press the dodge button.
Yes, that too. Or I'll
And
like
then they look,
accidentally
they're
press
like,
the they're like, what you doing over there?
exclamation point. Oh
Yeah.
no.
No. Or I'll like press the stand up button instead of the button to
Yeah.
like ready a Pokeball. I'm like, wait, no.
I'm like, why? Why did I choose violence today? All
Right.
those
I didn't
Pokemon,
mean to.
most of the Pokemon in that game have chose violence today. I'll
They
tell you that much.
Yes. Even again, the ones that I didn't like, I guess Geodude I kind of
Mm,
expected
no.
to be a little aggressive, but like he's really aggressive. Like Geodude
Hmm.
will see me from a mile away and be like, "Hey,
Nah.
hands?" And I'm like, "No, no, I'm just walking by."
I think the most aggressive Pokemon I met is Driftloon
Yes, Drifloon
at night.
and yes, and Drifloon has like no reason to be this way. I'm like,
Hmm.
"You're a small little balloon. Leave me alone."
It's like, as soon as it sees you, it's like, ghost attack?
Yeah, I
Shadow
think
Ball.
I'll murder you. All of the ghost Pokemon.
Hmm.
Dusco does the same thing.
Yep.
I'm just like, what is wrong with
Ghastly.
y'all? Yeah, Ghastly, Haunter, really.
Oh,
Haunter will chase you to
it
the ends of the
followed
earth.
me.
Yeah, I
It,
was like, why
I
are you still
I had to
following me?
break its ankles around a rock. I was like, God, go away. And then it
Just
disappears and
leave.
appears on the other side of the rock. I'm like, of course you can do that.
Right. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Well, it's like so many times where I've thought that, like, okay, I got away from him. And then
Then you get hit with
I look
attack
and
and
he
you
was just,
scream.
yeah, he was just teleporting. He didn't leave. Yeah.
It's like, oh, you thought you were getting away? No, you didn't.
Yep.
I'll chase you to
You
the ends
sure
of
aren't.
this earth.
Right. Somebody gonna have to kill me again. It's the only way you getting away.
So I definitely do love the aggressive Pokemon. Like you said, it was some surprise. The one that surprised me that was aggressive was Rosalia. That
Oh yeah.
was surprised. I was like, you why are you aggressive? You don't.
Right. It's like you're so cute. Like thought you just like dance and go away.
Yeah, I was like, and Paris. I was like,
Yes. Okay. Paris really surprised me. I definitely like. I saw Paris. I walked up like he's gonna run, and then Paris was like, "I got some poison for you." It's like, oh,
it's like
okay.
exclamation point. That and Pikachu, and I was like, well, I guess Pikachu's like the mascot, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
But
Plus Pikachu, like in
mhm,
Pokemon season 1, Pikachu came with some
pretty aggressive.
yeah, he was a pretty aggressive energy. So that I kind of was okay with. And I kind of like the nod to original Pikachu that they have for Ray. You're
Hmm.
like how he's like, oh, Pikachu's mad at me. Pikachu, like he kind of like
Hmm.
Pikachu isn't like the cheery, happy mascot. He is kind of like the jerk Pikachu that he was in the first season of Pokemon. So it was kind of like a cute little nod that I liked.
Hmm. Yeah, I did like that. I definitely caught a Pikachu, and it just stays in the pasture and sleeps all the time. So,
Yeah, that's where my Pikachu stays because I never use Pikachu's.
mm-mm.
You've heard this before. I don't like Pikachu, so he stays in my pastor.
Well, I know you don't like Pikachu, but I didn't use Pikachu because I used Luxray because Luxray literally carried my team, as I told you.
Yeah,
Luxray did not die. He stayed alive and he fought Pokemon that were he was literally type advantage to and survived. It was wild. Like you know how like the alpha Pokemon when they attack you, like you think that okay, so I don't know if this ever happened to you, but like some of the alpha Pokemon I would fight, I'd be like, okay, I got the type advantage, but then they would have a move that was effective
yes,
against
they almost always have a move where I'm like,
I was
did
like,
you
how
know I was
smart
gonna
is this
throw this out?
AI?
Right. It's like,
How
did you
smart is
generate that
this?
move when you saw what Pokemon I like? How? Yeah.
I swear, I think that the AI or something was turned up and was like, yes. They're like, let's make this harder. Like you said, people said Sword and Shield was easy. And they
Yep.
were
And they were
like,
like, oh, okay, we got your easy. Right.
so my Luxray would literally get hit with like, a mud move or like mud slap or a ground move. He literally got hit with bulldoze. And I was like, this man is out. Like, he's
Yeah.
done. This Pokemon is like 15 levels higher. This man survived with 20 HP. I was like, come on now. We gotta give him
All
the
right, you
crown.
gotta give him some. That's MVP
He
status right
did.
there.
He's also the only person that survived in the distortion zone too. So I don't know what his nature is, but if you play the game and you
Right.
find this god tier Luxray, I'm
Keep
telling you,
him.
he's out there.
See, my Luxray is exactly the opposite, where he is usually the first to die, even against stuff that he should be strong against. Like he got attacked by something using. It wasn't even a hydro pump. I think it was like a water post or whatever it's called, and he died. I was like, Luxray, like this is what you are here for. Water should not do this to you. What are you doing? So my Luxray is like squishy. So if you want to pass some of that Black Air Force energy over here to my Luxray, that would be great.
Yeah, mine's definitely got that Black Air Force energy. I mean, he's the reason I call Alpha Empoleon
Yeah, Alpha Empoleon was that was my come up. I
and
was like, it was two
survived.
o'clock in the morning. I was like, I need to catch him.
You text me, I was like, what the? I woke up,
I'm
I'm
like,
like,
why
what's
are
she
you
talking
awake?
about?
I was like,
And then
Alpha
I ran into
Empoleon, good
Alpha
night.
Empoleon. I ran into him like the next day. I was like, "Oh, that's what she was talking about." I was like, "Well, I'm scared to
Yeah,
fight him. He's level 70, but I'm gonna go for it."
you
And
have to
my
do it.
Luxray did it
Yeah,
first
you got the
first
right
time.
one. See, by
First
that
time.
time, I had switched to Jolteon, Jolteon held it down. Luxray, man, but Jolteon, he had it.
Yeah, no, my Luxray, I will not be trading that out for any electric Pokemon.
He's a
He's too
keeper.
much of a G. He might have been a, you know what? No, he wasn't. But he might have been an Alpha Luxio. Nah, I don't think he was.
Yeah, I was like,
I
no,
think
he
he
would
was
have
just a
been
regular.
giant because they like even when they evolved, they stay giant. If
Hmm.
he was an alpha, yeah,
I don't think he's giant, but I definitely did catch an Alpha one, but I don't think it's him.
yeah. I haven't caught the alpha Luxray yet. I ran into one, but it was when I was trying to catch
Nah.
a Shellos for that stupid lady. So I
Uh-huh.
like ran past him so I could get to the Shellos.
Yeah, no, I caught a little Alpha one. The first form, Luxio.
Oh,
Was it?
Alpha Lexio, yeah.
Hmm. Just like I remember I was saying I couldn't catch Eevee. I also caught an Alpha Eevee.
I
So
haven't found an alpha Eevee yet. I've caught a bunch of Eevees in
it's
the
giant.
distortion field,
Hmm.
so I have like stronger Eevees, but I haven't found an alpha Eevee.
Yeah, I was like, what the? I was like, oh, it's not running, and its eyes are red. Which
Hmm.
also the Alpha Pokemon have red glowing eyes, and they look like the devil,
Yes,
and they're
they are
scary.
quite terrifying. And the red isn't just like their eyeball; it's like a
Mm-mm.
wispy
Yeah.
around their eyes, so it moves when they move. And I'm just like, I'm not. They are not nice looking Pokemon, but I do absolutely
Yeah.
love it. Like I thought when they
Hmm.
first like mentioned Alpha Pokemon, I was like, okay, that's cool. It's like
Hmm.
Mega evolves and whatever else it is. So I was like,
Mm-mm.
okay, it's fine. No, I adore
No.
uh, alpha Pokemon. I know they are strong, they are tough. They definitely give you a run for your money. I thought people were exaggerating when they were like, "Nah, the alpha Pokemon they will run you for everything you own." I was like, "No, they
Hmm.
won't." And I fought one. I was like, "No, they will." Got it.
Yeah. I think the first one I encountered, you haven't felt real fear until you're a level 10 and you run into a level 50 Rapidash Alpha.
Yeah, yeah.
That was real fear. I was like, there's no way we're winning this.
Right, we are going to die here. Well,
Escape. They
I
said
did the same
you
thing.
decided to fight him another time. I was like, no, I ran away.
Yeah, no, I ran. I like how nice they are about it. Like, you just decided you try again later. It's fine. It's like, no, no, no. I ran. You could say it. I ran. But
Mm-mm.
yeah, no, the first time, because and I thought, it's Pokemon. I was like, okay, fine, the alphas are harder, but how much harder are they? And the first time I ran the one that was like 20 levels higher than me, and it killed me in like one hit. And I was like, oh, okay,
Yeah,
I
they all do
understand.
that.
Yeah, they hurt so much. All their attacks hurt, even if it's like not
Hmm.
very effective. And my
You
poor
did.
Samurot's at like 3 HP. Yeah,
It's like, yep, Hyper Beam. Hyper Beam twice. Don't let him hit you with the
oh
strong
my
style either.
goodness,
You're
the
like, as soon
strong
as I see that, I'm
style.
like, yeah, he's dead.
Like he gonna die now. I get it. Or when they're just faster than your Pokemon. The first
Mhm.
thing I did because I
They have like
usually
three
like
moves.
yes in a row. Like I'll usually like hold on because you can get those little like you can get powders basically in the game
Hmm.
that allow you to like up stats on your Pokemon.
Hmm.
So I would kind of try to balance them across. Like okay, I'll do that. I'll do HP then special attack then attack. But after I
Mm-mm.
started getting
Speed.
ran for everything, yes, because my speed was low, I was like, no, speed, 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 speed. Y'all ain't gonna catch me slipping again. Gonna hit me with three
Hmm.
hyper beams in a row because you use
Yeah.
agile style. No, thank you.
Yeah, my Luxray is pretty fast, and my Star Raptor. I still have a Star Raptor for some reason on my team that I've raised
I
from
know I
a
was like a Star
Starly.
Raptor, huh? Yeah, you.
I told you I have Pokemon I would never literally have, and for some reason I legit have it. I don't.
I like. I'm trying to think of if there's any. I mean, now I'm at the point where I think all of the Pokemon that I'm using are Pokemon that I would actually use. But yeah, when I first started, I definitely had. I
Hmm.
did have Star, which call it for a while, Starly. Who else did I have on my team? Snorlax, which not that Snorlax is a bad Pokemon. Like Snorlax is
Hmm.
definitely a great Pokemon to have, but I just never really used
Hmm.
him. But I kept him around because I had a Munchlax who involved in the Snorlax. So I was like, oh,
Where
I'll just
did you
use
get a
Snorlax for a little
Munchlax
bit.
from?
I feel like it was in the Obsidian Fields. And
Okay.
he was there all by his lonesome. And I was like, ooh, a Munchlax. They're so cute. So I captured him and then kept him as a
Mm-mm.
Snorlax. So I
Literally
used
haven't seen it.
him. Really? I mean, okay, so I feel like I've only seen one to this day. So it's quite possible that he was kind of a rare find.
Mm. That
But
makes sense.
I kept him for a minute. But now I'm in like I feel like mostly the team I'm going to keep.
Mm-hmm.
like Empoleon. I have my
Mm-hmm.
Garchomp. I have Samurott. Um, I just traded out. I want a giant Gengar, but I've not found one yet. So for now, I'm using
Mm-hmm.
Dusknoir. But I think I might switch out Dusknoir for, even though I like Dusknoir too, or Noir.
Mm-hmm.
I like Gengar as well. So I'm torn between those two.
Yeah, I have Driftbloom right now, but I definitely want to trade it because that them alphas be having Rock Slide, and that he's ghost flying, so he's gone.
Yeah, he's like dead. Yeah.
Yeah,
Anytime an alpha has a double type advantage, I'm just like, it doesn't matter. He could have hit you with like a shoe and you're going to die. So,
the same thing happens to Typhlosion because he's ghost fire,
oh yeah,
so
Ghostfire.
Rock Slide is definitely super super effective. I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
goodbye.
always forget that rock is strong against fire until I send out a fire
Yeah, and it
Pokemon. And I'm like,
drops
oh,
on it.
it
It's like,
died.
yeah,
Yeah.
if a rock fell on some flame, I guess it would put it out.
Yeah, I guess we'll
So,
put, yeah, the logic's there. I like it.
yeah, so I think the thing that I don't like about this Pokemon, and it's not really that bad, is that when you use hypnosis, it does not put them to sleep. It
Yes,
makes
it
them
just makes them
drowsy.
drowsy.
I'm like,
Yeah. I'm
what does
like, no,
that
I need them
mean?
to stop attacking for like
So I can
three.
catch them?
Yeah, I feel like I'm torn because on one hand it makes them drown. It feels like paralysis where it has a chance of
Mm-hmm.
stopping them from attacking, but it doesn't always.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it lasts longer is the other thing. Like how
Mm-hmm.
sleep sometimes it'd be like it lasts on a Pokemon for one turn and now they're awake again. Drowsy
Mm-hmm.
or when they're drowsy, it feels like they last at least for three turns, pretty much consistently. So on one hand, I kind of like it because it lasts longer, but on the other hand, I do hate that they just don't go to
Mm-hmm.
sleep. You know.
They're like, they still use Hyper Beam, and I'm like,
Yeah, I'm like, but you're supposed to be sleepy. Go to
go
sleep.
to
Right,
bed. The first
go
time I did
to
this, I was like, did
bed.
it not work? Um,
Yeah,
so
that
that's
took me a
something
minute to think about.
I didn't I didn't thoroughly enjoy about it, but I do. That's the only thing that I really can find fault with. But that's not like a real thing of why I wouldn't play it. Like I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, they don't go to sleep. Take this back to
Yeah, I
GameStop.
don't want this game anymore. One thing I did realize is because I think Pokemon don't have abilities in this one. So like if you have a Haunter, none of the ground attacks really work on it because it
Hmm.
levitates, and that's not the case in this because there's no abilities. So that does kind of irritate me because the first time I threw out my Haunter, I was like, it doesn't matter if he's ground shift,
Oh,
but they don't have abilities, so he still got hit by like any
you
ground
know,
attack. Yeah.
I didn't notice that because Drift Bloom. I was like, oh, they can't use it because it has levitate, but it's clearly because it's flying. That's why
Yeah.
the ground type move works. So I was
Moves
like,
don't work.
oh,
Yeah. And
it
maybe this is
avoided it.
like, yeah. And maybe like I misinterpreted and it's one of those where like it was a ground attack that would have hit him anyway, but I'm pretty sure it was
Hmm.
like earthquake or
Yeah.
something that notoriously
Hmm.
doesn't hit levitating Pokemon. So
Yeah, that makes
um
sense.
yeah. So that makes me sad because I do like and count on abilities in my Pokemon battles. But I do like on the other hand the way moves work in this, the fact that you can just trade them out instead of just like
Hmm.
outright
Forgetting them.
forgetting them. Yeah.
Hmm.
Like I like that. And I
Yeah.
like that you can trade them out on the fly so I can like adjust
Hmm.
based on what area I'm in or which Pokemon I think I'm about to run up on.
Yeah, I didn't notice that until later, and I was like, why do they keep telling me like
And
he's
so
not
and so
learning? And they
thought of
keep
a new
saying he's
move.
mastered a move or he has an idea for a new move, but
Yeah.
where are they? And then I was like, oh my gosh, I could have been changing these moves
That
this
there's
whole
like eight
time.
moves over here. Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause he could be really just out here like Typhlosion could have had like an electric move this whole time. I'm letting this man because I
No,
started
sit here.
noticing those entries, those Pokedex entries. I'm like, how is he supposed to use Inferno Parade if he doesn't know that move?
Right.
Like,
And it's
oh,
like
he
you
does
have to
know it.
equip it. Yeah. That was
He's
yeah.
known it this whole time.
Right. He's known it since he evolved. You just
He's
never gave
born.
it to him. Yeah.
He's known it since he's been born.
You
You
just
idiot.
never let him use it. Yeah. Yeah, that definitely was good to know. But to your point, like they don't really explain to you how to change your like
Mm-mm.
there's a change moves button, obviously, but like they don't like there's no pop-up that's like, hey, by the way, your Pokemon don't forget moves. It's here.
Yeah.
They just kind of like expect you to figure it out, I guess.
Hmm.
But I do
It's the
like that it
Dark
says
Souls of Pokemon.
it is yes, it's just like go out there.
This
Dark Souls
might
and
be
Breath
it.
of the Wild. Breath of the Wild
Hmm.
did the same thing where it was just like, all right. figure it out. Here you go.
Good luck. You're a Pokemon master, aren't you?
Right. Yeah, you've been playing this game for years and you said the Sword and Shield was too easy. So here you go. I feel like somebody petty created this game. They were like, oh, it's too
They
easy.
saw some
Okay.
Twitter comments.
Yep. They were like, oh, we got your easy.
They immediately start building a hard game.
Right. I do like that it says that they thought of a new attack, like instead of it being some like weird innate power that they just learned. Like they were just sitting there one day when they were like, "What if I try throwing my shell sideways?" Okay, like I don't know, something about that just made me happy. Like they were sitting there pondering and thought of a new skill.
I wish there was like an animation where they come up to you and they're like tapping you on the shoulder and they show you their new skill.
Yeah, they got a drawing and they're like, "Okay, so what's going to happen first is."
So Infernal Parade, all the fire flames are going to come off my neck, turn into a parade, and then hit the person in the face several times. Cool.
Yeah. Several times. Yeah. How you like it? You like that? Okay, cool.
I'm going to do it. It's like, yes. This is great.
That's why I need Pokemon board or like pitch meetings or something.
They pitch to you like, I don't like that. Like, you just keep Ember.
I like the ideal you're going with, but I think there's room for improvement.
Immediately quit your squad and go somewhere else and attack you in the wild.
Like, she never let me do what I wanted.
And that's how they become alphas, and that's the origin. No, it's not.
Yeah, the origin story of all alphas. They're a poor Pokemon who got too many of their ideals rejected.
I will say I also do love all the side missions that are in the game. I feel like you can get kind of lost doing side missions, and you have to also if you want to rank up. Because I'm kind of stuck not ranking up, and I'm like, dang it, now I got to go complete the Pokedex on some of these people. And I mean, I will say some of the stuff is really dumb that they ask you to do for the Pokemon. Like, how many times you defeated it by hitting it in the back of the head, or
like do sneak attack, caught
you
it
scared
at night.
it.
Yeah, it ran away before you caught it. Yeah.
Like something impossible. Like how many times before you slapped it and then you let it peck you 3 times and then turn around.
And then did the hokey pokey and then threw the Pokeball.
Wait, what now? You're like, wait a minute, what happened?
It's like, you've done it too. He's like, I've done it twice already? What? No.
Yeah. You let it attack you 3 times. It has to kill you 3 times to complete. But I do like the side missions. I'm not like a big fan of completing, but I do enjoy completing the Pokedex entries because it does add another element to the game that kind of forces me to do that.
Yeah.
Instead of just catching one and being like, all right, cool, I caught it. Great.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you got 10 other things to do if you
you got to fight them or you got to figure out Eevee's evolutions or I actually did like that aspect. My only constructive criticism is I wish there were more for more Pokemon. Like, certain ones like Drifloon has the whole like figure out the thing about the kids and the kids playing with kids on the beach. Eevee has the thing about his evolutions. Like there's some of them have special quests and not all of them do. And I realized it would be difficult to create special quests for all 280 whatever Pokemon that are in this game. But it would be cool if more of them had those type of quests where it's like, oh, here's a specific thing that kind of adds to the lore of why people like the Drifloon thing. And it's like, oh, this probably adds to the lore of why people think that Drifloon takes children away. Like some of those things that kind of like add to that lore would have been really cool. But overall, I do agree with you. Like, I really like the side quests. I like that they added side quests to Pokemon. I like how unique a lot of the side quests are. Like, I feel like a lot of games fall into the routine of like all the side quests feel in the same, like Skyrim, for instance, where it's like go into a dungeon, find a key or a ring or whatever this person is talking about, kill boss, leave dungeon. Like I feel like a lot of games fall into that kind of rinse and repeat, and this is unique enough where it's like, oh, find this woman a Geodude, complete the Pokédex, find a Pokemon that's doing something weird, like there's enough variety. Or like the one where this lady thinks Chimchar is a spirit, so you have to like figure out what she's talking about late at night, and you look in the tree and realize it's a Chimchar. So there's so many different like types of quests that I really enjoyed. I feel like they put some time into like, if we're going to put quests into Pokemon, let's make them unique.
Yeah, that's how the Pichu one was, and the lady with the
we were
talking about we didn't like earlier.
Yeah,
with the hippo, what are they called? Hippopowder, and the one before it.
Yeah, the baby one, or smaller one. The
baby hippo Pokemon,
tiny
and
hippo.
then the Shellos, Or she's like, I'd
Yes.
like 2 of those. And we're like, and then you're just going out and doing and throwing these Pokemon back at her. And
Right.
then there's also some really cool ones with like, random. I like how it's random. Like there's sometimes it's people under like on the third floor of that building or
Hmm.
somebody randomly in the corner of town. And then the more you complete the game, the more random side quests you get.
Yeah, I also like that some of the side quests come from like people in houses. I don't know
Mhm.
why that's like the thing that got me, but I
Yeah.
was like, oh, it's not just like weird NPCs standing outside looking creepy. And I like that they
Like,
like,
hey.
yeah, hey, come talk to me. And I like that they keep the Pokemon. Like I found a lady who
Mhm.
like was feeding a starving Piplup. And then after you help her, she's like, I think I want to take him home. And so when you go back to the town, she's like there with her Piplup. There's like those little touches are really cute to me.
Like the
Or like the lady
Bidoofs.
with the Geodude. Yeah, the three Bidoofs that were running around. Yeah. The dude
Hmm.
at the beginning who wants a Wurmple. Like it's just cute to
Oh
see
yeah,
that
that
they're like
Wurple
hanging
stays with
out.
him the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, you sure you want to give up this Pokemon? Yes, I can go catch
It's like,
75
yes,
more.
I don't want a Wurmple. Please take it.
I thought the Wurmples were dead when I first started playing because they would fall asleep in the forest, and I was like, "What is that?" And it was like a Wurmple, like passed out, like
Just
they
sleep.
just fall.
That
Yeah.
happened to me with the Apom, and I legit didn't know what Pokemon it was, so I just threw a Pokeball at it. And then
Hmm.
when it caught it, it was like, it's an Apom. And I was like, oh. But it was like flat on the ground, but then its
Yeah.
tail was like over its face. And I was like, I don't know what that is, but I'm going to throw a Pokeball at it and see what happens.
I literally went up to it. I was like, "Are you okay?" And it got up and ran away. It's like,
I'm like, oh, you're fine. Okay. Thought you were dead over
I
here.
thought
That's
you were
all.
dead.
Yeah, just
I'm
making sure you
sorry."
didn't need help. Didn't need a life
Mhm.
alert.
I'm like, can they die in this game? They need to
And that would
just
be
drop
so
dead out
sad.
of
It's
them.
like, it was just time for that Wurmple to die.
Realistically,
Right?
you see a
Just
little
like in
ghost float
nature.
up like Pikmin. It's like,
Does it become a ghost Pokemon? How does this work?
yeah,
Well, apparently
ghost
ghost
Smirkle.
Pokemon are all spirits of humans, so I
Humans
guess not. Yeah.
and women that are sad,
Yes,
lost
it's
their
sad
husbands or
women and
something weird.
humans. Yeah.
I know. I was kind of hoping I would see Mimikyu for some reason in this game.
Me too. Well, there's not like you have I guess Chansey's a fairy type. But there's not too many and Sylvia. I did get a Sylveon who's kind of like my steady
Mhm.
fairy type in this game. But there's not too many fairy types I
Yeah.
feel like in the roster. So I was hoping we get like a Mimikyu or the Grimmsnarl. I don't know why. I fell in love with Grimmsnarl, the one from Sword and Shield.
Well, are there
I
any Sword and
adore
Shield
him.
Pokemon in this game?
I don't think so. I don't think any of the Sword and Shield Pokemon exist in the past? Question mark.
Is this really the past? I'm
Right.
like, it's an
Is it
alternate
just a
dimension,
different
another
universe?
timeline.
Yeah.
Uh, but no, I did enjoy that. I was sad, like, because I was like, wait, I don't think I see any Sword and Shield Pokemon, because I was literally thinking that, like, are they in there? This looks like mostly Gen 1, 2, and
In three.
a
Yeah,
couple
it
of other
feels
ones.
like they
3?
kind of
Hmm.
did everything up
Maybe
to
4?
Ruby and
Diamond?
yeah, maybe Diamond and Pearl. It felt
Yeah,
like they
because
were
Piplup
doing.
was in Diamond, wasn't it? And Chimchar.
You're right. And Ruby's three, right? Is that three?
Yeah,
Blue, Gold,
that's
Ruby,
before Diamond and Pearl.
Diamond. Yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, and Chimchar's there.
Yeah,
I was
because
trying
Black
to
and
figure
White.
out if they.
Oh, no, Black
And
and White,
then,
because Samurai.
oh yeah,
Hmm.
Samurai's in there, and Ingo is in there, who's I guess gets warped from Black and White land. Wait, have you met Ingo yet? Did I spoil something? Never mind. I'm gonna stop talking.
No, you did it. It's fine if you did, because I'm not upset by spoilers. And I'm gonna forget what you said anyways.
Okay, great. Great. As
So
long as you
literally,
forget
everybody
everything
else
I
has
just
also
said.
been spoiling it for me on YouTube. Like literally on my explore page, I get to see so many spoilers, but the game is so good that it doesn't bother me because each
Yeah,
experience can be different.
that's true.
Um,
Yeah, I feel like so many people are having so much fun with this game, which I've loved. Like, it's been the first time in a while that so many people have just been playing this game that no matter who I talk to that are like my gaming friends, like they all have Pokemon Arceus and they are all talking about it and everyone has a different experience and all of us could talk about getting run by some alpha or a distortion field and almost dying or something. It's like this has been the most fun playing a game I've had in a very long time because so many people are having a similar but different experience.
yeah, I would say tips for people out there is that you're gonna die a lot. So
Yes, or come close to dying a lot. Like if you don't
I
die,
mean, not
you'll
die. Your Pokemon are gonna die a lot. I
yes,
mean,
your
faint.
Pokemon
They're
will
gonna
die a
faint
lot. Yeah, definitely.
all the time. You may not die, but your Pokemon are
Your
definitely going
Pokemon
to
will.
faint quite often. Two weak Pokemon, if that Geodude is gonna take you out.
Yes.
Toxicroak,
Sometimes you'll get
Krogrunk.
jumped by like four
Mm-hmm.
Geodudes.
Yeah, they're the worst.
Yeah.
Was it Murkrow? Murkrow.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Murkrow, Krogunk,
Yep,
or
Krogunk
yeah,
is number one. Carnivine, which I'm pretty
Carnivine,
good at dodging
man.
Carnivines, but Carnivine's pretty terrible too.
Yeah, you'll run into some rough Pokemon. You will use. I think this is the
Mhm.
first Pokemon where I haven't gotten to the end and had just like 80 revives and potions because I barely
No.
use them.
Hmm.
You will use your revives and potions. You will
Yeah.
pay money for revives and potions because
You'll
you ran
craft
out of
them.
the stuff to craft them. You will
Hmm.
need revives and potions.
Yes, I would say definitely use your money to expand your bag, but that man
That
he
man is a
starts ripping you
scam
off
artist.
towards the
Yeah,
end.
daggone
He's
bagging
like
or whatever his
he's like,
name
yeah,
is. Yeah.
200, and then like 10 bags later, he's like $5,000 to upgrade 10,000.
Yeah, and then it starts going up by a lot. Like, yeah, the first
Hmm.
off, he's like 100, 150,
Yeah.
200, 300, 1,000. I'm like, excuse me? How did we get to
10,000.
1,000? Yeah, how did we get here, sir?
He's like, you sure? Because having extra space can change a whole lot. And then I keep running out of space too, which makes me
Me
angry. And I
too.
have to
That's the
throw away
thing.
stupid spoiled apricots.
All right, it's like stop giving me these daggone apricots. That yeah, that irritates me too. It feels like I guess like real life. The more space I have, the more I just fill it with stupid stuff because I think that's how I live my
Hmm.
life in real life. But
Uh-huh.
that's what it
Yeah.
feels like. It's like I'll buy 5 spaces from him, and then it's like you out of space. I'm like, how? I just bought
How?
5 more.
You don't
How?
have space in your satchel for that.
Yeah. I'm like, but
Sorry.
why? Right.
So I
I'm
guess
like,
that's the one thing I dislike from previous
yes.
Pokemon games, that you could have
You have
infinite
unlimited
space.
space. Yeah.
And then in this one, it's like, nope, you've got 10 spaces and you can
Yeah.
expand your
And you can
bag.
pay this man. You don't even like expect. I like
Yeah,
that the logic is like he just teaches you how to
a
how to
trick.
arrange things better.
He's
Like,
playing Tetris in your bag.
pretty much, he's like, this is how you put the long L against the the squiggly Tetris block, and I'm
He's showing you how to
like, at
put
least give me
Pokeballs in
a
there.
bigger bag. If I'm paying you $10,000, just give me a
Hmm.
bigger bag. Don't just show me how to squeeze another Pokeball in.
I feel like he's like magically teaching you how to shrink stuff. He's like, this
Yeah.
is a spell to shrink your
To
your
shrink your
items.
yeah, make your
So
Pokeballs even
mm,
smaller.
my advice would be, I think a tip would be to upgrade your bag, but also
Yes.
learn how to craft and craft often. You
Yes.
upgrade your bag so you can get resources so you can craft,
So you can craft and
and
just
then
constantly
consolidate it to
craft.
one thing so that you have more space in your bag. It's a never-ending cycle of the bag space.
Yes, the bag and crafting. Yeah, there's so many times where I'm like, oh, I ran out of space. Let's see if I can craft another Ultra Ball. Give me
The
that space
stupid
back.
bang bags, flash bang bags, or whatever. I'm
I
like,
know.
God darn it!
I
I just
keep
want to
putting those in
craft
my
so I
thing
can
because
get
I never
space.
use them. I like never
Hmm.
use the Bang Balls either because I'm like, I almost always want to either fight or catch that Pokemon, especially if I haven't
Well,
completed the Pokédex yet. So,
I have to use them. I think on Haunter or Ghastly, they were like, use that thing. A number of times you use that, and that's like one of the requirements to complete it. I'm like,
oh,
bro, I don't
actually,
want
that's
to.
good to know. So I can get those 50 bags out of there and just throw them at Haunters.
I always forget, and I'm like, I don't have time to do this. I'm running for my life at this
Right.
point.
It's like I'm trying not to die, so
I'm not gonna throw that. I'm gonna run away or throw my Pokemon to distract it.
yeah. I do like going back to that whole like, completing missions to complete the Pokédex. I kind of like that spin on things. It makes it a little bit more robust than just like you caught a Pokemon. Like I like that you're a researcher, quote unquote, in this one. So
Hmm.
it kind of makes sense that they're like, oh, you have to fight this Pokemon X amount of times, or you have to see it use a certain move so you can document it. Like I kind of like the spin on it that you're not a trainer, you're a researcher.
Yeah,
Who's yeah.
I do think that makes it a little bit more fulfilling, and it forces you to catch Pokemon. It forces you to
Mhm.
experience the whole game, as
Yeah.
opposed to like being a speed runner. There's no way you could speed run through this. You probably can,
Right.
but
Yeah,
I
you
couldn't speed run through it. So I'm not
right.
about to be doing that.
Yeah, or if you're like that person who, not that there's necessarily anything wrong with this, because like play Pokemon the way you want to, but if you're like someone who only catches the Pokemon that you're going to use for battle and like literally nothing else, I feel like this forces you to not only catch other Pokemon but use other Pokemon. Like you said, you've been using Pokemon that you've never used in other games before, and it's been very similar to me, where I'm like, I'm gonna give this Pokemon a try because I don't have anything else right now. Um, so it has forced me, and like not in a bad way. It's just forced me to use Pokemon because I always have my like
Mm-hmm.
standards that I go through. Even in Sword and Shield, I had like
Yep.
two of the newer Pokemon, but then I always end up falling back on like my Gengars, my the ones that like
Mm-hmm.
I've used since Pokemon Blue, basically. So it's good to have a game that kind of forces me to use Pokemon I
Yeah.
probably would have never used. Yeah.
Never used a Drifloon, never used a Floatzel before, but
Right.
guess who's
Never
using them
used the
now?
Floatzel, but I had a Floatzel for a minute. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
Floatzel, I'm sorry I never used you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, you saved us a few times. You
Right.
saved us
You
a
might be a
few.
keeper.
Maybe back in the pasture once I got a
Yeah.
better, well, a
Yes.
stronger alpha water type.
Right. Or like even a Infernape because I never used, never got fire type Pokemon. So this is actually my first time using Infernape and I like him a lot. Like I absolutely love him. I love his move set, like his like spin
Mm.
roundhouse kicks that he does and stuff like that. And
Oh
this is coming from the person who
no.
just said they hated monkeys, but
I was
Infernape does
like,
not fall
you're
into that
contradicting
category.
yourself.
I
He's
did.
a
I was good.
monkey.
As I was
Well,
saying it,
he's
I
an
was like,
ape.
yeah, I
He's
guess
an ape.
yes, he's an ape.
Because there's
There
a
we
difference
go.
between monkeys and apes. So
There
let's start with
is.
that.
There
Apes
is.
don't
Yeah.
have tails.
Even though
That's why
Infernape has a
Curious
tail.
George is actually an ape. So,
Even though Infernape has a tail. So
well, he's a monkey then. His name is a lie.
his name is a lie. But either way, I do like Infernape, and I know I just said that I hated monkeys, but I hate all the other monkey Pokemon. I stand by that.
So yeah, no, I was saying we haven't really talked about the story, which I
Yeah,
don't want
I
to
was trying to kind of
spoil.
avoid that. Yeah, not to
But
not spoil in because I know you're. I don't
who
know where you're at exactly. Yeah.
is your favorite person thus far? You think in the game? Do you like the characters?
I do like the character. Okay, so I do not like what's her name, Indra. I think the girl who's over um the Pearl side of things.
Oh, okay. Irida?
Irida, that's her name. Yeah, Irida.
Irida?
I don't like her. She's annoying. She
Really?
gives me like
I don't like her
Sundari.
shoes.
I like her shoes. I just don't like her.
They look like clown shoes.
You said you don't like her shoes? I kind of like
No,
the
they
like
look like clown
bubbliness of
shoes.
them.
They
I can
literally
see
look like
that.
clown shoes.
I think if they were a different color, they'd be cuter. But I kind of like her shoes.
Or Pokeball shoes.
They do kind of like. That's what I thought they were going for. It's kind of like these are almost Pokeballs.
Like, no, these are
Um,
red pearls. No, I'm just kidding.
red pearls.
That sounds rare.
But I think I'm trying to think of I think my favorites are Adamon, the dude who's over Diamond, and the guy who is Cynthia's like
Yeah.
ancestor. What's his name? Volo. His name is Volo.
Bolo.
I
Okay.
think
No,
I would
those are the
remember
other
that.
Ginkgo ones.
Yeah. But yeah, I like Volo a lot because he's
Yeah,
kind of
he's
like
one of my favorites.
weird and goofy. Yeah. And then I also like yeah, like I said, I like Adamon. Um I think those are my two favorites. But honestly, yeah, I like all of the characters except for Irida. Like she gets on my daggone nerves. But I like all the other
I didn't
characters.
dislike her. I mean, I guess I haven't paid attention to her enough to be like, I
Every
dislike her.
time she talks, I'm like, stop it. She's like,
Um,
you're so worried about time passing when all we know. And I'm like, shut up. Just shut up.
I guess because I'm like clicking through. I'm like, click, click.
See, I've been
Like,
like
get me to the
reading.
next
Yeah,
plot.
I would like to click the Pokemon. See, I've been reading all the story, and like Adaman's so chill in comparison. Where he's just like,
Yeah.
I know he's supposed to be the one who's always moving. Like he is kind of like, all right, on to the next place because he's like the representation of time or whatever. But he's also very laid back. So like, I like him. He's chill. He's like, well, we're gonna give this a try. There's Irida who's like, I'm the leader of the clan, and if I don't do things, they'll think I'm weak. And I'm like, I hate you. Shut up.
Yeah. When I heard their names, I was like, their names are a play on what their clans are about. Like Irida, is that like iridescent? Or is that a word? Iridescent, like the pearl
Yeah.
is iridescent, and then Adamon is like an adamant diamond.
Oh, you know what? That makes sense because I actually was when iridescent kind of made sense, but I was trying to figure out what Adamon was a play on, but that makes sense.
Well, clearly you don't remember your Inuyasha days when you used Adamant Barrage.
You
That's
know,
all
I sure don't. I told you, Inuyasha, I tried to go back and then I decided I would just X all of that out of my life.
Well, I do like him. I like the guy from the Ginkgo Guild. What did you say
Yeah.
his name was? Bully?
Bolo.
I'm about to say
Bolo.
Boji. Boji?
Boji. I like Boji. No.
Is Boji in this game? Because that's who I like.
Because in that case, Boji is my favorite character.
I
No,
haven't got to the end of the game, which I don't know if you have, but
I have not,
for
but I
some
think I'm
reason,
getting close
I
to the
don't
post game.
trust that little girl who tells you to go get the glowy orb
Oh,
spirit
really?
things.
Interesting. I don't
I don't know
trust
why.
General Kamado, whatever his
No,
name
I
is.
don't
Commander
touch him
Kamado.
either.
Yeah.
And I was like, are you related to Tanjiro?
Tanjiro, why?
Because that's his last name.
Oh, yeah, I guess it's Kamado Tanjiro, huh? Okay. Okay.
That's
Oh,
Nezuko. So I was like, oh, did they do that for Demon Slayer fans? But
yeah.
no, the little
Shout out
girl,
to Demon Slayer.
because she comes out of nowhere and she's like, the world is in trouble. Collect all these orbs and give them to me. And I'm like, you trying to kill Arceus. You're a villain.
Right.
So
You're gonna take those orbs and kill Arceus.
so I'm like, but I don't trust her. But yeah, I do like. I think my favorite. I'm trying to think of who my favorite side character is. I do
I
like
think
that girl
Adaman for
who.
me. I also like Adaman's design a lot. Like I like his little slit in his eyebrow. Like he just
Mhm.
has a really cool design.
I thought you might like him. He seems like if this was an Otome game, that's who you would be dating.
Absolutely. That is who I would be
That's
dating.
what
I
I
was like,
got.
how old is my character again? Can I pursue Adaman? No, he's a grown up. Okay.
Gross.
That's why I
All
said
they,
no.
all they had to do was make this Otome, and this is a perfect game. It's
Yes.
Pokemon plus Otome.
Yes,
We
where's
never
my
stop
Pokemon
playing it.
Otome game
It'd
where I
be
get
on
to
fire.
date?
It'd be Fire Emblem all over again.
Yes, as long as I get to date some of the villains, because
Mhm.
there's a couple across history. The villains, like the Sapphire Team villains, I would date. I would date
Oh,
the
I was
leader
like,
of
girl,
that.
did you
Yeah,
talk about them girls, those three sisters named after bad luck?
crazy ones.
Yeah, they're like, when I'm my sister's lucky charm, but you might have run out of luck. I'm like, bro,
Like,
get
what?
out of
Just
here.
go away.
It's the worst. They're like the new Jesse and
I know.
James. Like
I
they're
know. I'm like their
trash.
new old
Three
Jesse and
of them.
James. I feel like one of them even says something. They're like, prepare for trouble. Like they definitely say
Yeah,
something that's like almost a
they're
call
probably
to.
related to them.
Yeah, I know Jesse's ancestors or something.
Yeah, they're trash. So I don't actually like them as villains. I understand that they're like comic relief too,
Yeah,
but I think out of the characters that I do, I kind of like Ray, but he's kind of like non-existent. Like I see him every blue
yeah.
moon. I'm like, "Oh, I forgot you
Oh, there's
exist."
Ray again. Yeah. Yeah, I do keep forgetting about Ray. I do kind of like Ray's like side commentary.
Hmm.
But I do forget about him until he
Yeah.
shows up. And I'm like, I like
He's
his cute little hat.
self-depreciating. He's like,
He is. He's always
"I
like, well,
could
what are
never
we
do
gonna do?
that."
Yeah. And there was something he was like, I know I'll never be able to beat you, but I'd like to Pokemon battle you anyway. And I'm like, well, not with that attitude, you're not.
You need to stop having limiting beliefs.
Right? Like, come on, man.
Get it together. We know you're scared of Pokemon, but geez.
But come on.
I also don't know how I feel about the professor. Why does he
The
have a
derpy
hat
looking one.
on that looks like it's from our time? First of all,
You know, I never
second,
even thought about I just thought his hat was stupid.
the hat. I saw the people putting on those Greyhound dogs.
That's the same hat, Professor
Hat.
Lavington.
So I mean, out of professors historically in Pokemon, I feel like he's
Mhm.
the least interesting to look at.
I
He's
feel
not
like,
to look at, but to be involved with. But he's okay. Like he hasn't made an
yeah,
impact on me where I'm like, I love him. Like I loved was it Kukui? Was he a professor?
from
He was.
yeah,
Sword and
from
Shield?
Kakui. No, I thought he
No.
was from
No, he
Sun
was
and
from
Moon.
Sun and Moon.
Yeah,
Sun and Moon. I loved the dude. I loved all the other professors that. Well, no, there's probably some that didn't make an impact on me, but he's definitely hitting the non-impact
yeah.
ones, like
No, that's
fun
definitely
ones.
fair. Yeah, I feel like him. Who was the Professor Birch? I never really liked. From what was it, the Hoenn region? There's a couple,
Hmm.
but he go. Yeah, he definitely hits my list of like professors I didn't really care about.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say he's a bad professor, but just kidding.
Yeah, no, he just I don't care about him. And he's like supposed to be, I think, quirky, but he kind of just comes out as I don't know, somewhere
Useless.
between aloof and annoying. Yeah, yeah, like kind of
Hmm.
useless. Like I'm like, you're not really doing anything for me
Everybody's
here.
kind of useless in this game except for you, and
Yeah.
like a few others like Adamant and
Yeah, I feel like Adamant and even oh stupid head girl are at least both useful. Yeah, but everyone else is either useless or they're like, I'm actively afraid of my
Yeah,
Pokemon. Yeah.
scared of Pokemon. How
It's
do
like,
I?
how are you what overseer of Pokemon and you're afraid of them? Get it together.
But I don't want to be afraid anymore.
I'm just like, well, that is not my job. I'm 15. You need a therapist.
So that I think that overall, yes, I love the characters,
Mhm.
most of them. I do like the story. I like the graphics. I like the Pokemon, even though they all aren't in there. And I do like
Yeah,
the new forms. I will say, like, we know there's
I
new
do.
forms on the
Yeah.
starters, and other Pokemon like
And yeah, some of the other
the
like
Wardens. No, the Lords.
the lords
Sorry.
are all different. And yeah, like even Cleaver and Scyther, like I really like Cleaver
Ursaluna.
even. Yeah, yeah. I like and I don't know if you've gotten to Arcanine yet, but I really like the way
Hmm.
he looks. So
I like the way the Growliths look.
I do too. They're
Growl,
so cute.
like
They look like little
their eyes are
clouds.
covered in
Yeah, and
clouds.
they look like
Then
little
if I
clouds.
get one, its name is Nimbus. As soon as I catch one,
Oh,
wherever
that's
they
cute.
are.
Yeah, that's a cute name.
I haven't seen one yet. I'm like, where are these? I
I
don't care
haven't
about
caught a
this.
wild one either. The only ones I've seen are the storyline ones. I'm like,
Hmm.
where are the
Like, do
Growlites?
they not exist? Yes,
Like,
darn animals.
all right, like you have
Which their
to.
storyline was kind of sad. Uh,
Yeah, I felt kind of bad for him. I was like, oh, you finally became a lord just to go crazy. I'm sorry.
yeah. Oh, he was a runt.
Yeah, little runt baby.
The stories with each lord or each boss battle that you have are actually also very interesting too.
Yeah.
Um, so I will say that. Is there anything else we missed? I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I do like the design. I do like the idea that you can craft Pokemon. I mean, craft Pokemon,
I
craft
was like, whoa
Pokeballs.
there, what you been over there
I'm
doing?
like, you haven't got to that point yet where you
It's like,
make them
no.
from
I
scratch,
think
like
you're playing the demon
Lego.
version.
Playing the Lego version,
Yes.
Lego Pokemon
Lego Pokemon
Arceus.
Arceus.
Uh,
Yeah.
you could craft Pokeballs and potions and Pokeshi dolls, whatever else you can craft pretty much everything in there.
Yeah.
I do like that aspect of it because then I'm like, okay, I don't need to go to the mart, but then I gotta make room in my stupid pack so I can get the apricots that fall out of the tree.
I know the
But
stupid, and it's like you don't have room in your satchel.
I also like, and they've done this in other Pokemon games, the night and day feature.
Hmm.
Night, midday, and then
Yeah, I like that there's several
morning.
different. Yeah, you have like morning
Hmm.
and then like afternoon or something. Like there's 4 different time zones you can kind of go through. I like that different Pokemon show up depending on like what time you're in and even like what area in time. Like there's some
Ghost
ghost
at night.
Pokemon that don't show up. Yeah, ghosts at nights, of course. But like
Ghosts
even
are,
the ghosts in some areas are different than the ghosts in other areas. So like I
for the
like
most part,
that. Except for
uh,
Haunter. Haunter shows up everywhere because he's a
no,
demon. But
Drifloon. That's it. Drifloon's in the ocean. I was in the
oh,
ocean at
Drifloon is
nighttime.
in
It
the
was
ocean.
there.
You're right.
It's everywhere. It's like, yep,
Drifloon is the
gonna hit
Zubat
you
of
with that
ghosts.
shadow ball.
Yeah, here I come with another shadow ball. Yeah, Drifloon is the Zubat of ghosts. There we go.
The
Um,
Zubat of ghosts. Zubat isn't even that evident in this game, so
I
that's
know.
even
I'm like,
funnier.
this is the first game that like Zubat isn't
Yeah,
just
it's in the
everywhere.
game,
Yeah, it
but
is
it's
here,
not.
but
Drifloon is everywhere now. It's like they
yes,
replaced the Zubat with all the
no, with
Drifloon.
nothing but Drifloons. Yeah,
And
I
what's the other Pokemon that's everywhere? Starly. I feel like you see a Starly pretty much
yeah,
everywhere
there's
too.
Starlies all over the place, but they're pretty like
Chill.
Starlies don't really attack you.
They run
Drifloon is
away.
heads on site and everywhere. I'm like, I don't need this in my life. Pick a side. Pick a
It's
place
like,
to
did you
be.
just look at me? Yes, you looked at me. Here
It's
I
like, no, I
come.
didn't even know you were over there, but yes, here you come.
I know you're just
I
like
know now.
you're walking along, and then all of a sudden you get attacked. The
Yeah, I
screen
get
starts
some purple stuff
getting
starts
dark. I'm
floating
like,
around me. I'm like, why? Oh, there's a drift loon.
that would be a terrible place. That'd be terrible if that could happen in like real life to you, just walking down the street. All
I feel
of a
like that
sudden,
was part of this games, but they're like, yeah, y'all said you wanted Pokemon in real life. This is how it'd be.
minding your business, bam,
Yeah,
psychic
get
attack,
hit by a psych attack or some ghost fumes start
Gu-
floating around you.
gust.
Get poisoned
I'm
all of a
telling you,
sudden.
that Celio or whatever that was, that alpha one, it
Hmm.
yelled at me. It was not an attack, and I fell. Like I swear,
Yeah,
it didn't
sometimes
have
they
an
just
attack. It yelled,
scream and they're
and then
like,
I
sometimes I'll
fell.
be, yeah, I don't think they have to attack you. Like, I'll be on one of the Pokemon like riding, and if you get too close and they yell, you like fall off. So they just got them big, boisterous voices.
That's I mean, I will say the funniest moment in this game was when I fought a alpha. Uh, what's the name of that Pokemon? Not Machamp,
Okay, yeah.
and I
Arms.
used Driftbloom, and literally it couldn't attack it. It had no moves that worked on Ghost or Flying,
The one
so
time the alpha
it
Pokemon
just
didn't
got
magically have
enraged.
a like electric attack or something.
Mm-mm. It
Just
did
got
not.
mad. That's funny.
It's like it uses Mach Punch.
No,
It
it
used
had
it.
no effect.
Use Earthquake, and Driftbloom's just sitting there like
Like Anne? No.
just making its cry. I'm like, okay, cool. Hypnosis,
All right. So
confusion.
anyway, we'll just put you to sleep until you get in this Pokeball, okay?
Yep, gonna get in there. You grew enraged. I was like, I'd be enraged too
Yeah,
because
I know.
none of your
So it's
attacks
like,
are hitting.
yeah, he's just frustrated at this point. He's like, ah, I can't hit
Why
him.
can't I pop this stupid balloon?
Stupid balloon.
Because I'm also a transparent balloon because I'm a ghost.
Turns out Drifloon is secretly the most broken Pokemon in this game.
Yes, I thought it was Bidoof, but it might be Driftbloom.
But it might be Drifloon. Yeah. But
So it's
yeah, no.
definitely one of my favorite on my team that I've never used before.
Yeah. Yeah, this is definitely making me reevaluate and be like, oh, this maybe I should use this Pokemon more. Like I feel like I'm gonna go to Sword and Shield now and like revamp my party.
Yes, Drifbloom Floatzel.
Yeah, come on in. You made the cut after Arceus.
Arceus has forced me to use you, and I'm
And
gonna
I've
use you.
seen the light.
So overall, I would give Arceus. I would almost give it a 10 out of 10.
I was
I'm gonna
like,
give
I'll
it
give it a 10 out of 10.
9.5, only because I don't think anything can ever be perfect. But
Oh
10,
my. Oh, you
but
one of them teachers. You them
9.5.
teachers who refuse to give people A's. Anyway.
No, I definitely would give people A's. Just A minuses. No, I'm just kidding. Just
I
straight
was
up
like,
A's.
okay, so
No
you are
A
that
plus,
teacher.
no A
No A
minus.
plus though. You only give A's. There's no higher for you.
There's no. I definitely would say it is almost uh perfect. I would give it a 10 out of 10 because of how different it is and how far they're taking Pokemon. That the only reason, okay, this is why I'm not giving it a 10 out of 10 because
Mhm.
I think the next game it's gonna only get better from here.
Yeah, this definitely feels like, and in a good
Like
way,
they
but
got
like
to.
this is the right. Yeah, they get to, and this is definitely like the first version of something like this. So there's going to be kinks
Hmm.
and quirks. I mean, I'd agree with you that I'd give it a 9.5. I do think that the areas could be more dynamic. Like
Hmm.
I like compared it to Monster Hunter in my head, for example. Like every area you go to within Monster Hunter is dramatically different. Like you have the forest, you have the like oceanic area, you have this
Hmm.
like place that has all these vibrant pink and green and purple flower. Like it's very obvious that you're in a new location when you go somewhere new. And I feel like with the exception of there's like an ice area you go to, but from with the exception of that, most of the areas look very
Fire
similar.
Island.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's like
She's
fire.
dangerous.
Yeah, I was like, there's like Fire Island, but even that is like a small little circular
Hmm.
island within, the greater place that looks kind of like everywhere else. So that would be my only complaint slash dink on points would be that I want in the future for whatever they come out next to have like more dynamically different areas that you're going to. Like I want to go to the next area and be like, oh, this is cool. This is like,
Hmm.
oh, so this is where Lickitungs hang out. Like I want it to feel different.
It's like I was about to say like Pokemon Snap. No, I'm just kidding.
Pokemon Snap, but instead we fist fight.
That's the review. It's like
Yes.
Pokemon Snap, but you fist fight.
But instead you take pictures with your hands instead of cameras.
And they also take pictures with their hands too.
Yeah, and we see who takes the best pictures.
Yeah, mainly it's them. It's the
Yeah,
Geodudes that take
turns
the
out it's Geodude. He got them big hands for a reason.
Graveler.
Yeah.
I I also do like how smart the Pokemon were because I feel like sometimes I was waiting for them to turn their back and they never would, and then I would move to another part of the grass and then they would turn their back, and I'm like, what? I just
Yep.
left that area so I could catch you slipping.
All
It's
right.
like you
He's like,
knew. You're
well,
too smart.
yep. We catching you.
So overall, 9.5/10 out of 10. But I think Game Freak is going to have to really wow us, and I can't wait to see what happens in a few
Yeah.
years. Because it's going to be a few years, but probably before they
Oh
upgrade
yeah.
the next game. They're going to be like, keep playing that, and we're going to keep releasing these old games.
Right, yeah, here's some old games. We'll probably get another like regular because Pokemon Sword and Shield came out about 3 years ago now, right? So
Mm-hmm.
so I think we're getting close to being due for probably another like standard run of the mill Pokemon game, which is fine. Again, I'll play it. Like that's fine. But I think it'll be like you said, like a good 5 or 6 years before we see another Legends type game. But I'm really
Mm-hmm.
interested to see based on the feedback that they got and because this game has done so spectacularly well. Like I'm sure they put less
Yeah.
effort in it to see how it would do. And seeing that it's done so well, I imagine that whatever the next
Mm-hmm.
iteration of this game is going to be even better. So
Yeah. At
and
least
be
there'll be
like on the Switch too.
DLCs.
They'll probably be I don't. I wonder if they'll do DLC for this one. I kind of hope they do, but I
I
could
hope
see
they
them
do.
just like leaving it as is.
They just update via the freaking internet all the time or something. We're adding new
Yeah,
quests,
I mean
but
that
it
would be
would
great
be,
too. I would be even happier if it
mhm.
was free, but
Yeah, that would be good. I think they're like, you need to have Nintendo Direct. And I'm just
oh yeah, or
kidding.
like Nintendo Online or
Online,
something. Yeah,
some weird membership that you have to get the upgraded quest. I would love to see that, and it would be sad if it is 5 or 6 years. But by that time, there probably would be like a new Switch. There's like
that's what I was
it's
thinking. So I was like, there's
Nintendo.
gonna be a Switch 2 or something.
Well, there's already the OLED, so it'll probably be like
That doesn't really
Nintendo
count as a Switch 2, though. That's just like slightly
Flip.
upgraded screen. Nintendo Flip. I don't know if I want that. I don't know what that entails, but I don't know if I want it.
It's like the
Like a
Lenovo
giant
tablet. It
DS.
flips. It flips inside out and like does all this. So you can take the keyboard off of it.
Like turn, yeah. I mean, I was just thinking a giant DS in my head. I was like it flips open like a DS because then they're just making a DS again. But I guess a DS that
Like
connects
we
to it.
lied to you. It's a backwards DS.
It's backward. It has a screen on both sides.
That sounds about right.
No, just give me a Switch that can handle better graphics and I'm cool. And even with that, like I fully go into most Nintendo games knowing that like Nintendo has gotten very far in their life not concerned about graphics. Like the graphics battle was clearly an Xbox Sony thing, Microsoft Sony thing, and Nintendo's just on the side eating popcorn like they gonna buy my games regardless. So I know that's
It's
not their
Pokemon.
priority. Yeah, it's Pokemon. They gonna buy Pokemon. Oh, what? I released another Mario. Guess what else sold all your games, Sony and Microsoft? Mario. Like Nintendo basically knows what they're doing. So um,
Hmm.
but it would be nice to get like whatever their next Switch is and see that it has slightly better graphics, especially for games like this.
Yeah, and see if they do even more with the games. I think they'll continue to, of course, keep it very like kid friendly,
Oh,
but
for sure.
where adults can still play it and be
Right.
nostalgic because I definitely enjoyed it as an adult. I don't
Yeah.
even know if this is for kids because this is
That's
a
what I was
very
gonna say. I
hard
was like, this
game.
game is hard. I don't know if kids are. I mean, maybe these
Make
kids.
them frustrated, give up, and break their switches.
Yeah, I feel like this is. If I was a kid playing this, I would be like, I don't want to play
Rage quit.
anymore. Yeah.
This is stupid. I hate Pokemon.
I hate Pokemon. I hate this game. Yeah, like that would be me as a kid. So I don't know if this game's for kids, but it's it's PG. Kids can play it for sure. I'm you heard it here first, Pokemon people, Game Freak. Make me a Pokemon Otome game with the humans, not the Pokemon for all you creepers out there.
Like, yes, we made you when we heard you loud and clear. Date
Yeah.
Pikachu
You said you wanted to
and
date
Apom.
Pikachu? No, that's not what I said. No, no.
Like, yes, all the monkeys and Pikachu.
That's what I've always wanted.
Oh
But
god,
yeah.
that sounds disgusting.
No, that sounds absolutely terrible. So pivoting from that, yeah. But yeah, I think we can both agree that Arceus, if you have a Switch, if you ever like Pokemon, if you like open world games, if you like fun, just pick up Arceus.
If you like hardness too,
Yes. If you like,
dangerous Pokemon that can harm you. If you ever want
yeah,
to know what it's like to be attacked by a Pokemon in a video game as a human,
play Arceus. Yeah, for me, I enjoy the frustrating moments. If you want something that's like super easy, you can kind of sleep through. This is definitely not the game. But if
no.
you're playing games for a variety of experiences, I feel like Arceus will definitely scratch that itch.
And I will say that as a person who does not like torture like Mari likes when it comes to games, that it is also fun. So Yeah, because you can't trust Mari. Mari likes Demon Souls and,
That's
and
okay.
stuff that's hard.
I just want to feel something.
That you would be like, I don't think I want to play this. This seems a little hard. Like, she's one of those people that's like, oh, casual? No, I want to play on the hardest difficulty.
I won't deny any of these things, but I can enjoy a nice casual game as well, guys. But yes, you heard it from both the person who likes to play difficult games and the person who does not like to play difficult games as much.
I'm a cozy gamer.
Yes, and the cozy gamer that we both enjoy Arceus, so definitely check it out. But yeah, in the meantime, we will catch you guys on the next episode. I think we're both going to go and pretend we're going to bed, but go play more Arceus instead.